Knowing your moon sign is like holding a key. It reveals what love felt like to your younger self and what safety looks like for you today. Most people only know their sun sign, but your moon remembers everything. Not in facts, but definitely in feelings. It holds your emotional blueprint, a map of what you needed most and what you crave now. Your moon tells the story of your earliest bonds, and sometimes the story of what was missing. Not because your parent or caregiver didn't love you, of course not, but because they were human. And sometimes humans are hurt, overworked, or unnurtured themselves. We all carry our own wounds and unmet needs. So please know that this episode is not about blame. It's about clarity, because once you know what your moon sign needs and craves, you can give it to yourself. My moon sign is in Scorpio. It was rising when I was born, and it's deeply aspected. I think over 9 or 10 times. Growing up, I felt everything. Big feelings, deep fears, constant intuition. And I didn't always know what to do with that intensity and that emotional power. Most days it sat inside me like a storm, unspoken and unprocessed. And of course, I didn't know how to nurture it. So I learned to become the one that held space for everyone else, while quietly abandoning parts of myself that needed the most care. Oh, and I became excellent at holding space for the pain of other people. And I could barely name it for myself. For a long time, I confused emotional suppression with maturity. I thought emotional control meant emotional strength. But my moon was never asking me to be strong. It was asking me to be safe, held, and soft. And now I reparent myself like someone I deeply cherish. Through therapy, through solitude, through boundaries. Through astrology. Because learning my chart gave me the language for what I always felt. And now I know that the emotional depth that I felt was not a burden. It was my brilliance and it was my gift. I just had to learn how to hold it with love instead of fear. I have a good friend that's a Virgo moon, and I remember her telling me once that as a child she was constantly nitpicked. Always reminded of what she missed, what she didn't get right, instead of affirmed for the things she did get right. So of course, she internalized that idea that love had to be earned, that she had to be perfect. She told me I thought I was just anxious or an overthinker. But really, she was a little girl who learned that love came with conditions. Her sweet Virgo moon needed grace, encouragement, softness. And when she started giving those things to herself, without anyone else's approval, everything shifted. That's what the moon reveals. It shows you how you learn to receive or reject care. It holds memory in your body of how you were ignored, celebrated, soothed, dismissed. It gives you the clues for your own healing. Knowing your moon sign is like holding a key. It reveals what love felt like to your younger self and what safety looks like for you today. And if you didn't get it then, that's okay. Because guess what? Now you get to be the caregiver that you always needed. Gentle with your fear, present with your sadness, proud of your joy. You get to be the nurturer and protector, whatever you need. That's essentially what reparenting is. It's not erasing your story, but expanding it. In your birth chart, it gives you a place to start. Look at your moon sign. Look to see what house it's in and look to see how it's aspected. Is it squared by Saturn? Is it conjunct Pluto? Is it opposed by Mars? That story matters, not because it defines you, but because it shows you where you need a little bit more gentleness. Each configuration speaks to a totally different childhood experience and a different invitation for healing. But every moon, no matter the sign, no matter the aspects, needs the same medicine, and it's compassion. And that's the quiet work, the daily, gentle choosing of showing up for yourself in all of the sacred small ways, to honor your softness and your slowness, your story, to stop seeing yourself as too much or not enough, and to just see yourself clearly and kindly. Because the moon doesn't need you to be perfect, it just needs you to be present. And presence, that's how the cycle changes. That's how you become the person that you've always needed. That's how you heal, not by fixing the past, but by loving who you are right now. Because here's the truth. If your needs were unmet back then, you might still be trying to meet them in the same way today. Through silence, overworking, people-pleasing, perfectionism, disappearing. But that was never your moon's language. Your moon has always asked for safety, softness, and sovereignty. So here's your invitation. Ask your moon what it remembers. Ask it what it still needs and give it to yourself again and again and again. And for my sensitive girlies, you are not too much. Know your moon sign and come home. As always, this message was delivered with love from me, Moody B.